Probably not now, but later. So pick order, you picked after Disruptor Weaver and Ench, and they just countered with an anti-mage. So anti-mage is not that difficult to play against as a Storm, right? It's not this insane counter that people make him out to be. It is obviously pretty good, but it's not, you know, impossible to play against. Storm also has some advantages against AM, you know, namely being able to chase him and catch him pretty easily. As long as you adjust your item build a little bit. I like that you didn't go for the Bloodstone. Gives you some more ways to play around. I really like the choice of Yules. Your team lacks catch, and there are two follow-ups to the Yules, namely the Jikir Ice Bat and the Arrow. You can set both of them up, which is really nice. Yules is also very good on any hero that can that is mobile, that has mobility spells, because only downside of Yules is the short range. So if you have a mobility spell, you can basically catch anyone you want with this Yules. You did have an Arc Warden and a Carry Mirana, kind of an interesting team lineup. They both went for DPS builds, which means, you know, you don't have to deal all the damage. I see the build order though, that's pretty key. So probably it's Kai into Yules into Lincolns. Yeah, I guess you got the Lincolns for the Mana Void and or the Abyssal and or the Glimpse. Either way, solid game for it. You know, very good item on Storm obviously. Gives as much mana regen as the Yules. And last item, Ags. Skill build seems pretty normal, pretty good. If you know that you're not going to be going for the Bloodstone, it does make sense to go for the Mana Regen talent. If you are going for Bloodstone though, you know, the extra spell and the extra Mana Regen, like, it makes more sense to get the damage. But in this case, you know, with this Deeps, Mirana and an Arc, you're playing more like a utility Storm, sort of. So I like the choice of Mana Regen talent. Boosters cost less, Kappa. Yeah, boosters do cost less, that is true. But, you know, you get boosted once. If you lose the games again, you're fucked again. Whereas if you get one lesson, that knowledge stays with you forever. Plus you get access to my Discord server, you get access to the channels where you can ask questions and see other people's questions. So that's the benefit. Alright. You start with Talisman. Kind of a weird build, so obviously on mid you want as much damage as possible to task it with. This build gives you 7 intelligence, therefore 7 damage. If you go for the standard build, which is double circlet, mantle, branch, you know, double circlet, mantle, or seeing at 8. Sorry, at 7. With the branch, that's 8. With the fairy fire, that's 10. If you do double mantle instead of double circlet, you know, that's even 11. And both those builds give you a lot more damage to work with. You know, 3-4 damage might not seem like much, but it matters on mid. Kind of mess up the block here. It is actually a mid anti-mage, very interesting. Not very good against Storm on the lane, because it's a melee hero, and your Remnant fucks melee heroes, so this is super bad. You let him get a free range creep deny for no reason. The point of Remnants, or any hero's nukes really, is to secure the range creep. Range creep is the most important. So right here, should we walk the range creep, drop a Remnant, there's no way AM takes it. If he even tries to contest, he's gonna tank the Remnant, take crazy damage. try Discord to find normal people to play games with. I mean, Discord is a program, bro. There are like fucking billions of servers on Discord, so it depends on what server you tried. So here's sending the solve. I'm not sure why. I mean, judging by how the lane went so far, like you're 2/3 HP and you just ate the branch tango. Like, are you? You're not really getting harassed. If you look at the AM, he's having a much harder time. Yeah, he brings the solve now, but like AM can't threaten to kill you. Don't. His damage comes from mana break. If you're full, if you're out of mana, like I don't know, the solve seems like a waste. I would rather get second null quicker, so that you have more damage to last hit with, or crush the bottle. Yeah, so here you decide to trade hits with him, not sure why. This was good, you get remnant hit on him, get some damage in. You're walking up this high ground here to fight. You make so many hits up the hill that, you know, end up missing. Like if you're gonna trade with him, don't do it, you know, when you're standing below the stairs. He brings another assault, which is kind of interesting. Solving like crazy. This was a good response. Blinks on you, immediately drop the remnant. It wasn't quite immediately, but you want to do it ASAP so it doesn't burn your mana before you can. Get the bottle, swap up, drop the null when you're bowling. More efficiency. So if we look at this AM, like he fucking bought a stake, right? Like he has a fair. Although AM is a farming hero, he doesn't farm for shit. Like until he has some items and levels, and like he's gonna until he has items, right? He needs like at least treads to even start farming anywhere near decent speed towards the battle free, and only after battle free he actually starts farming fast. So meanwhile, you already farm fast, right? Like that's how Storm works. So there's no need to stay on this lane for too long. There's no need to pressure the AM at this stage, because he's not relevant. Like he's not actually farming quickly at all. Zoning him a bit is fine. Kinda sucks that you didn't get the rune here, considering that for this. I guess you skilled Vortex just to try and get the rune, but yeah, also no point getting Vortex. Because the only way you kill AM is if he's fucked up super badly, which you shouldn't be planning for. Like even this shit, like why is he saving his blink, right? Okay, he could have counterspelled this and fucked you up or whatever. Okay, now he has blink. And instead of blinking, he lets you hit him twice and use the fairy fire. Like he's trying to bait you, sure, but you bought a magic wand. Okay. What? Oh, wait, you bought a stick for it? I completely missed that. Let's see the moment that you bought the stick. I'm actually seeing this as a trend. Like people just buy this item all the time without thinking about it. Like, what is the reason to buy? This is 200 gold. That's not cheap. Even if you get, honestly, even if you got full 10 charges as you buy it, which you don't, it still wouldn't be a very good deal, right? 200 gold for a little bit more mana than a mango and less HP than a fucking tango. 200 gold. That could be a mantle plus 3 damage right there. Like, why? Yeah, there's no, like, AM doesn't even spam spells. Like there's very few heroes that you need Don't get me wrong, Magic Wand is a great item on Storm because later on, you're in the middle of the fight, bunch of spells being cast, you use the mana very well, it's great. But right now, why? Not even... You're not gonna be like in that situation in those fights for at least another 10 minutes, probably. Like at least another 5 minutes, for sure. So yeah, buying a stick here is a huge throw. Don't just randomly buy a stick like that. You could be working towards the, you know, power treads also, or quicker, like a lot of other items that help you win the lane basically. And you even upgrade to wand. Like, if buying stick is bad, like upgrading to wand straight away, even worse. 150 gold for what? Like you literally have 0 charges as your wand gets delivered. From the time you had stick till the time you upgrade to wand, like 0 charges. Like why? What does this item do for you? AM is getting destroyed. Even though I can't do anything. So here, feeling a bit threatened, so... Okay, you just send out clarities, that's better than actually going base. You decide... Okay, you decide to farm the camp when you have mana for 1 remnant. I'm not sure why. Stacking the camp is perfectly fine. And now all I have to do is walk back to the lane and keep blast hitting. You have 500 HP and 7 armor. AM has 280 HP. Who do you think needs to go back on this lane? Yeah, he has mana void, but that's not gonna insta-kill you. 0.8 damage per mana lost. You're missing 570 mana. Quick maths times 0.8, that's like 400 something damage. Reduced by magic resist, that's like less than 400 damage, right? Like it's not gonna kill you, you know. And there's a rune right here. You can, you know, not tank creeps. By the time you reach, like, tower gives you passive, I don't know, there's just no reason to leave the lane already. And yeah, do this whole thing. Jagira actually ended up taking their Rune, yeah. So despite like a lot of that time waste, you're still ahead of him in CS. Now with full mana, you're playing more aggressively. 50s. This was kind of a wrong use of the Vortex. Disruptor didn't know you were there. He's running into you, so just drop a Remnant. Right, drop a Remnant first, he's gonna walk into Remnant. Drop Remnant, attack him, then use the Vortex. So you did drop the Remnant, but you basically didn't attack him before using the Vortex. So you lost out on some damage. And then you lose like a million zips, which made you scared of the AM, so you have to zip away. Like he's right on top of you, there was no reason to zip there basically. Yeah. Like try to figure out what you're trying to do, you know, like don't make moves for no reason. Like what is your goal here? Yes, you're a lot stronger than the Disruptor, so he should be the one to run away from you, not the other way around. Even you can handle both of these heroes easily. But just drop the Remnant and attack him, you know, get some bottle charges going while the fight is happening. And don't instantly overcommit with, yeah, like, oh, he used Thunderstrike, that's so scary. 70 damage ticks, like. There's no reason, like AM doesn't even have blink, like it's cooldown. He's walking towards you and like you're panic zipping twice and now trying to run away, now you get glimpsed. Rana comes. Yeah. Well, he actually, yeah, I don't know what to, I mean, he deserves that tip. I agree with this tip here. Actually rushing Kaya without the boots. Okay, he wastes his ult, interesting. Oh, you got the brooch. You lose a lot of mana by not, you know, swapping out the int items as you're bowling. Oh, here you could have made a big play, but you used the wand. Ah, okay, actually it was after he hit you. I just didn't have enough mana after. Still way too much fighting, not enough farming. 47 creeps, you know, at 9 minutes is very low for a storm. There's no need to make all these crazy aggressive moves. You should just farm more. Definitely, I mean, if you use these mangoes without dropping the staff, that's... yeah, not great. You lose out on... you could be full mana there, basically. So this death was very unnecessary. Again, if you had full mana, it would sleep easier. You don't have to zip all the way to the rune. All you have to do is zip like he commits the blink. When you have to realize he commits the blink. You don't have boots, but he doesn't have boots either. You have to zip like here, and you're fine, because he's not attacking anymore. And if you are gonna commit all the way to zip to the rune, well then you have to commit, you know, further with the next zip to actually get away from him. Or, you know, you also could have just bought boots. That would have helped too. So you don't have to use zip every time he blinks on you. So here you TP bottom. First of all, never TP without actually having seen what's going on first. Like, you spend the time dead, staring at your corpse, instead of, you know, around the map. And then suddenly the fight breaks out. You have no idea what spells are used, what aren't. I mean, you have a DD, you have a Dust for the Reaver, that's great, but... I actually forget to use the DD here. So you kill Disruptor for 170 gold, you know, realize like 170 gold, that's less than a creep wave. So it might seem like, oh, I TP there and kill him, like, but it's not really good, it's not good for you. Playing very aggressive. I'm just not sure why, if you want to play this aggressive, like keep going for kills and shit, why would you rush Kaya and not get the power treads? You know, power treads help so much with this. I mean, how can you roam without boots? Not buying boots is honestly fine. I can get it if you're just gonna AFK farm woods. It's still weird, but I can kind of get it at least. But like this, it's just... surprised I didn't cut your mana through. This one, I mean, you use mana to cut the tree to get mana. And you actually use more than you got from the mango, which is weird. Here, just stay without... I mean, yeah. Not much to say about that death. Once again, you TP. So this is a general rule, you don't want to react to what the enemy is doing, right? Both TPs weren't because you're like, oh, I'm strong, let's gank somewhere. They were, oh, I'm dead, I have to TP out after respawning, oh, they're diving, let's do something. Let's help the team. Wow, I can't believe this guy went for 6% CDR. Has to be one of the, like, this has to be, yeah, it is the lowest CDR in the game. It's so shit. So if you want to make a rotation, because you have, like, let's say you have a DD or a regen like this, that like, this is okay. But it's like, oh, they jumped my teammates, let's go and help them. That's not okay, basically. Get scared of the AM here. So I want you to realize that it's not really that much pressure you're applying. I don't think this move was worth it at all, because let's look at the gyro. He's not farming right now. He's like scared on the tower. He wasn't farming anyway, and now you kill him, and then you're forced to TP out. So from the moment you got the rune, how much did your gold change? Okay, you farmed this small stack. Now you go for the rune. At 1410 you stop hitting creeps. 4.7k net worth. This whole move. Remember 1410. TP base. Run to the nearest camp. 14:10. 15:14 is when you start hitting creeps again, like a full minute later. A full minute later, you were at 4.7, now you're at 4.9. So in that 1 minute, you got 200 gold. 200 GPM is obviously ridiculously low. I mean, that should be a given. It's actually negative, right? Because you did spend a TP scroll also doing that. So it's like 100 gold. You're up 110 gold in the last minute. I'm pretty sure your basic GPM is more than that, or about that amount, basically. So the point is, you're applying pressure, but you're playing Storm, man. Like, Storm needs items. Like, you don't even have boots. It's not your time to be that aggressive. Especially when you consider that with the region rune, you can actually clear the entire fucking jungle, right? In 1 minute, you can clear the whole jungle with a region rune. Easily, as a Storm. Especially level 11 Storm with Kaya. And I don't need to tell you how much gold you're gonna get for clearing the jungle, but it's definitely more than 200. It's more like, what, 600? 6 camps, about 100 gold each. Somewhere there. Maybe a bit less than 100 average. But yeah, a good 500 gold at least. Oh, what I'm saying, actually one of the camps is Ancients. If it's purple guys, you can kill them though, but you can clear both jungles really with the region. Oh, I missed some comments in the chat. Value won't charge. It's EU match on the network swing you have to consider. Go back to DD. Decide to farm enemy woods a little bit. Sadly there's a ward. I mean, this is unlucky. I don't think it's wrong to farm enemy woods. This is an okay move. Might seem silly, but I feel like the other deaths were way worse than this one. Because your team is getting the tower in the meantime. I mean, you could argue that, you know, you see that no one is defending the tower, so therefore don't have to be there. But, I mean, if no one is defending tower, then obviously there's somewhere else, and, you know, that means that it might be going for you. But still, dying for free tower, it's not as bad as dying for like a support kill or something.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Once again, you respawn, you TP out. This is a habit a lot of people have, where it's like, I respawn, I need to TP to a lane. Like, and that's a habit you gotta break, because being without a TP means you can't play aggressive. As a Storm, whenever you have TP ready, you can farm anywhere, right? You can farm even in the enemy base, because you always have the zip TP to get away. When your TP is on cooldown, you can't do that. Second reason, I mean, this is the biggest reason, but the other one is just like an addition that you can always zip out of the fountain. Keep up the fountain region, spam some bottle charges. You can basically zip from the fountain to the edge of the base, or like right outside the base without losing any mana. Because the fountain region is still going, lingers. So like half the distance to mid you can zip and be there right away. And then you have to just walk the other half. Here, I'm not sure why you move in the windlace instead of the tally. It's a bit weird. So kind of missed the jump there. Kill the Disruptor, then die to AM. So again, just too much aggression, way too much aggression. I did mention that, yeah, you can be a bit more space oriented or like utility oriented, but that doesn't mean like just jump every first guy you see, you know. The thing is, you feel the need to run to every fight because you can't TP to it, because you keep using the TP every time you respawn. I mean, holy shit, what's going on here? Like, okay, don't manage to catch the gyro. Is that a blink gyro? Okay, that's very interesting. Don't manage to catch the gyro. You saw they placed the rocket on you now. YOLO zip, like, bro, we don't know Don't know. Don't know where the AM is. Yeah, his ult is cooldown from last time, but it's up now. He's already running to you. Don't manage to kill the gyro. I don't know, it's just
Middle tower is under attack.
crazy aggressive. If AM was there in a position, you'll be dead. You should have a TP now to, you know, for example, you could pressure the top. Yeah, you want to try and find a balance between playing aggressively and farming, because from what I've seen so far, it's like either you're spending all your mana to dive the first guy you see, or you're AFK farming woods like here. The fine middle ground is to just push waves, farm all the, like, don't spam, you know, all your remnants and zips. Keep like 3/4 mana at least at all times while farming some waves. And if a fight breaks out, you can join it, you can TP, then zip, etc. Here you decide to walk base. This is super bad. You should never walk base this late into the game. Always better to send clarities. You can just auto attack a camp, right? Because let's see how long it takes. 2015. Let's see how long till you reach base and get it out somewhere again.
Radiance is under attack.
And you're probably going to use the TP scroll for this, which is, again, exaggerates the same problem. 2015, you start going base, then use TP to get up here. This is 25 seconds. If you just attacked this camp for 25 seconds, with the clarity going, how much mana would you have? You see, you're regioning 10 per second, so already that's 250, right? Like one clarity is 180, so 430. So a good third of your mana pool you would have regened by then, by the time these creeps arrive. And more importantly, you would have also farmed this camp in the meantime instead of just walking to base. And you would have saved your TP, right? So not only not losing 90 gold and the big important cooldown, also you would have farmed an extra camp in the meantime.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So this is a good move. You push the wave and you hide in the trees, so because you're in a good spot, you want to keep shoving. Actually, it was, I guess, because you wanted to catch AM, but fight breaks out, you need to move your camera to the fight. I'm not sure how you do not hear the sounds of the fight or what's going on, but the moment this fight breaks out, it's okay to not join it instantly, but your camera should be here to see what's going on. You can see, okay, Disruptor ulti is down, Gyro ulti is down. You see where the AM is, AM ulti is down, all the ultis are used. What's stopping you from killing this Weaver, for example? There's even a sentry right there. Or killing the Enchantress. Nothing's actually stopping it. Mirana even tried to go in. Actually does go in, kills Dench. Now she's starting to get chased. And only now you decide to help out. Guys get the end. Some more panic zips here, I'm not sure why. There's like a damage over underestimation thing. Like, what was the point of this zip? It was dead for sure. Okay. This is a classic, very, very classic move, but you're like, oh shit, this guy's defusal burning my mana, let's heal myself. Like, don't. This is a 1v1. Why? There's not a single reason why you would do yourself instead of the Weaver here. And there are a billion reasons why you would duel the Weaver. Now, Jakiro, level 2 ice pad at level 15, that's super bad. Level 13, it's like maxing the spell last, super bad, but whatever. He is approaching. Mirana has arrow soon. Yes, your team is far away, but how long does you last? 2.5 seconds. Your pull, 2.6 seconds. In 5 seconds, you know, they can easily reach and like fucking chainstun, and this guy will be dead. You even have a dust to dust him after he comes down from the Yule. So, bad panic kills there. Alright, this is gonna be the last fight we watch. Usually replay analysis is only about like the first half. Maybe if you watch, like you noticed streams of this playing by. Double Necro 3, interesting. So aim is dead, you guys are hitting the racks. Once again, bit of a panic heals, but whatever.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
You guys get the tower, you decide to back off. Don't think you had to just yet, but okay. So you TP bottom. And now fight breaks out and you're not there. If you are gonna TP out like that, then your team needs to be aware of and back off as well.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And if you have a plan, like you have two options here, let's see what you do. Either you start running towards the fight, which I think you're gonna be late for, so the other option is just push bottom as much as you can, aggressively, which I guess you do. Yeah, you do see that everyone's dead in the fight. So you take 2 waves, quickly.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I get a free Weaver pick off. Nice. You actually collect like 4 of the bounties. Oh, now your team groups up to push again. Okay, I lied, this will be the last fight we watch then. Alright, with an Echo 3. So yeah, could definitely improve a little bit on the mana management. Spending mana way too liberally. Once again, why the panic heals, man? Like, he jumps. He mana voids you.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Why do you need to heal yourself? What's the difference between healing yourself and just zipping away like 200 range? Why could you not zip before the heals? You are not silenced or not. If anything, you're giving time to the enemy team, you know, for the enemy team to react. Setting yourself up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright. So a quick summary. Try to figure out, are you farming or are you trying to play aggressive, right? And in this case you're trying to play aggressive, but way too aggressive as a Storm. So applying pressure doesn't mean using all your mana, killing one support and then dying. Applying pressure just means preventing enemies from farming. If you see AM, you right click him, he has to go back. That's pressure. And you're not risking shit like that. So don't manage your mana better. It's very rare that you should use your last mana. You have to jump someone. Only if it's the last guy alive. Only then you might do it. Don't skip the boots. Not sure what that was about. And yeah, with the Yules, like very, very rarely is it the right play to Yule yourself. Especially not in a 1v1, never Yule yourself. So try to use it to catch people basically. Alright. So Johan Schuze, what up? We've got team coaching starting in a moment.